Money Moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a mother movie. So today we got yet another video of um a lady who says she's abstinent, she's Christian, but she falls into lust all the time. So, without further ado, guys, we're always going to leave a financial aspect because this is a financial channel. Also, the men know that who he chooses to have an intimate relationship with will have a high impact on his soon to be financial status. So, guys, without further ado, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Let's get straight into the content.
This is a video I want to make before I continue creating content on my platform, because when you have a Christian content platform, you also have a responsibility to be very true in walking righteously. And a lot of Christian content creators, they don't do that. You know, some people will just keep creating and creating because, of course, we have a heart after God. But sometimes when we're stumbling, it's very imperative for us to turn the camera off and to step back and to re-examine ourselves. And so I haven't been on my platform making content for a couple of months. And that's been something that the Lord had called me to, so that I can continue to go through that sanctification process. Because as I was gone, I had to step away because I kept falling back into sexual immorality and falling back.
Oh, wait, well, hold up now. She's saying that you know, by her making content on YouTube and I guess indulging in YouTube, she finds herself in a state of lusting, you know. And this is a natural emotion, that human beings go through, but by her being a Christian, you know, um, I would do like Kevin Samuel said, and like, are you in any dating environments in your church? Are you talking to the pastor? You know what I'm saying? Are you trying to find a husband? Because then now you're righteously aligned with God. You know what I'm saying? Because now God over man, man over woman, woman over children. So she's having a natural response to her human body, but she's trying to fight it. But 9 times out of 10, that lust feeling can overwhelm you. Keep it moving.
Into lust. Now, I'm going to be very clear with you guys. I am very much so still on my abstinence journey. Okay, I don't plan to.
And there she go. So my take on when women say they're abstinent, my take on that is that when a woman says she's abstinent, that means that she used to have sex, but now, like, she just stopped having sex for her husband. You know, which is very weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's it's crazy. It's beyond me, guys. But if you guys got a comment on that, I like to hear it.
To do away with that at all. I'm gonna save myself for the man of God that God has for me, whenever that be. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like abstinence has not been a hard choice. And I want to be so vulnerable and honest and transparent, because that's what
Guys, a lot of these religions got a lot of women walking on eggshells. You know, they're walking on eggshells, scared that they might do the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like that feeling that they can't fight that feeling though. A lot of women, they're women, we're men. We all have feelings. We all are sinners, so I don't see what the big deal is. Just Christian women. A lot of guys that have issues with Christian women because they're gonna put God first, no matter what. Even though once she get with a guy, she supposed to put her it's her husband because her husband or her man because um um the man is under God. If she wants a godly man.
I built this platform on. And it was very important for me to step away, to go back to the drawing board and seeking Christ, because although I had traded my sin for salvation, I didn't realize that my freedom was going to come with a fight. And ultimately, I lost a lot of the battles in the time that I have been gone. And so a lot of what I
All right, what battles have you been losing? 'Cause I know we talking about lust and stuff like that. Have you women, they'll talk in code like this, like they won't really say what's going on, really what's going on. Like, but I just want to know what type of battles did she lose since she been gone from YouTube for months. Guys, also these content creators are in the description. Their source is in the description. If you guys want to support them or whatever, equal opportunity platform.
was experiencing was like sin, which was falling into self pleasure, repenting, crying out, repeat, sinning, repenting, crying out, repeat. And that became a cycle of just being stuck in a stronghold where I had gotten to that place because of my spiritual apathy. So I was talking to a friend about what spiritual apathy was, and she had explained to me that it's pretty much like being in the middle. Like the fire for Christ is really hot a lot of the times when we first get in the faith. And we actively,
My thing is like a lot of these women who's talking about they're saving themselves for their God for God and they're doing this a lot of God, but don't God created a man and a woman for him to bear children, for them to have those sexual feelings for each other. I'm just saying, like a lot of these Christian women be like, I'm telling you guys, like you guys will be dating these chicks, and the whole time, like you're gonna get feelings for her, and you wanna, what I'm saying, take things to the next level, and she's gonna, oh God, and we gotta be married first. But a lot of times, a lot of these ladies don't end up getting picked because guys actually want to test out, what I'm saying, to see if this is the woman that they really want to be with. Like, that's a big commitment, you know. And a lot of these ladies, they basically just walking around, what I'm saying, God's going to lead me, etc. What I'm saying? Why he ain't lead you to a man? Why you ain't got no ring on your finger? Why is it that hard for you to do what God created the evolution of the human beings to do, to get with another partner and procreate? Christian feminism, guys. I honestly think the role of the church, a lot of churches, is to keep people single, to keep women single, because this is all we're getting is women looking for Christian women looking for that man, and that man never showing up.
stop sinning. We stop the sin and we seek God. But for where I fell was that when I got apathetic, the seeking of Him started to slow down. And I felt like my salvation lied in stopping sin and not seeking God. And there's literally a difference. There's a lot of people who don't even acknowledge God, but they don't sin. They aren't people who are lying or fornicating. They're
Mom, I'm just gonna be real with you. Everybody sins. I'm just gonna be real with you. There's nobody perfect, Mom, under this sun. People can try to be as perfect as possible, but she better be thinking about trying to find a good man before she gets older and older, and then her face gets all wrinkled up and stuff, and meat start falling off the bones, because you're gonna end up just in a relationship with God and your dogs. You know, you want children running around. You know what I'm saying? You want to raise. You want to bake cakes. You want to bake cookies. You want to bake some pies. But a lot of these ladies are not doing that. You know, I'm not here to knock this lady down, but like, I know that I've seen a lot of these Christian women walking on eggshells. You know, I remember I was in Houston and there was this Christian woman that I was so attracted to, and she gave me all the signs. Oh, come to church. Let me tell you, that relationship never went anywhere because she was so in tune with God.
Inherently good people, but that doesn't mean that they're following and seeking God. So just because we stop sin doesn't mean that we automatically gain salvation. We have to be constantly seeking God. And I had gotten a little bit slothful in my walk by feeling like, I'm good. Like, I know the Lord, He knows me. And so when the Lord is,
Well, if you know God and He knows you, go get you a man. Go get you a man and praise that man just as much as you praise God, because he is under God and he's probably going to be praising just as much as you is. Stop with the making the excuses, church women. Stop with the making the excuses.
calling me to pray, I might be a little sleepy. When the Lord is calling me to fast, I might be a little hungry. And I had lost some discipline in myself. And so I'm sharing this because the Bible talks about how no man is without sin, and that if he says that he is, then he is a liar. And I have a responsibility because I've noticed the amount of
So go and get you a sinner. As long as he's halfway, go get you a sinner. You a sinner as well. You be lusting. With that laptop sitting there, ain't no man in there and stuff, and you just sitting down on the sofa, just got soaking wet out the shower. You know, we already know what's up, man. But there's a thing about being an adult. You know, being an adult and being a good person. And if you feel that there's a higher power and he's leading you, I'm pretty sure he'll lead you to the right man. That's just my personal opinion, you know.
query and admiration that I've received off of doing so.
And guys, it always be the cute ones too. Like, I get her about a 7, 8, like a 7, a good solid 7. A solid 7, not too. I never really seen her. She don't look half bad. Guys, there's nothing wrong with this woman. The only thing that's holding her back is her God.
I don't want to missteward what God has called me to do. And so what I've been doing.
You see, the thing about it, God has a natural order of things, and usually He calls the men to do things. And by you being under the man is doing exactly, walking in faith to lead and to provide and to keep you safe, and to teach you things, you know, from his ways. But you can't get a whole man if you're holding on and not letting God bring you the man, and you seeing the God through the man that He's bringing you. To all the Christian feminists out there, hope y'all listen to this, but y'all don't be listening. Y'all do not listen. Won't listen, can't listen, will not listen. Let's keep it moving.
Now that I'm not allowing this to continue to take hold, is being intentional with taking captive every thought. The word says we are to take captive every thought, because something we don't talk about is how when you stop watching corn is your mind very much so
We done went from the church to porn. So you scared to go get a man, the real thing, and you sitting in the house by yourself watching porn. And if you really real about this, you need to go back there and get whatever toys you got in that back and throw them away. It's not working.
is still activated. And so, because of that, the vain imaginations that we're supposed to be casting down sometimes become very alive and active. And for me, that was something that I had continued to struggle with, is the vain imaginations opposed to taking captive the thought. And where I had
So she had an addiction. She has an addiction to porn. I done seen a lot of videos of women who are addicted to porn. If you guys want me to react to those videos, I will. Just let me know what the deal is. Hit the comments. Let me know what you guys think. You know, let's keep it moving.
messed up was not submitting these things to God. I was literally overconfident. Okay, I was overconfident in the walk. I'm like, I think I can just cast these imaginations down by telling myself over and over, you're strong, you got this, you don't have to do this, don't do this. I was like begging myself not to do this, opposed to submitting and requesting to God to pull me out of the desire. And you want to know who won almost every time? It wasn't me, okay? I was losing the battle because I ultimately was pedestalizing myself as the one who could fight the battle opposed to submitting it to Christ, which is ultimately a form of idolatry, believing that I have more power than God. And so
How does believing you have more power than God a form of adultery? I thought the form of adultery was like the wife leaving the husband, and divorcing him, and the man divorcing the woman, and then she goes and have sex. I thought like adultery had a whole different meaning than that. Or maybe I'm wrong.
I had to get I had to repent for believing that I was powerful enough. And I also had to repent to God because in this time I had realized that I was idolizing. I can't talk today. Like I might as well like cut the camera off, don't make the video. But I'm gonna keep pushing forward. I had also realized that I was
Well, guys,
idolizing
I'm not
marriage
gonna. I'm not gonna. Let's see.
because
Idolizing marriage.
although I have found a level of comfort in my independence as a woman, and I'm not saying I'm an independent woman, okay? I very much
Yes, you is. You is not. You ain't got no ring on your finger, and you is paying them bills. Ain't no man in there walking around with his stomach out with a plate of chicken wings, and you independent. You be 100.
so believe that a man has a place in leadership, okay? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And in this time of being in isolation and struggling with my flesh as I was away from my platform, I had realized I started idolizing marriage because I wasn't looking.
So basically, she's getting into the age where she's like, "Oh man, I need to. I've been wasting too much time. I need to think about, you know, try to put myself out there for a man to find me." So guys, I'm not gonna play the whole video because that's not what we do over here. If it's that interesting, I will. But I'm not. Not this one's not a no go. But as you guys heard it, single, God fearing. If you guys rocking with her link is in the description below. Um, like I said, man, no matter where you at, no matter what time period it is, always remember, fellas, like, share, subscribe, and it's a mother movie. Over and out.